Feeling Soleil here with another video. I'm going to be talking about my month in June. So I'm finally caught up. Like I was saying, you guys going to be able to finally see this and how my month was going. I usually try to make sure I keep up on the times, but between April, May, and June, usually these are the busiest times of my year for some reason. And these past 2 years, they've just kind of been that way. So I do appreciate your patience there. So hello to everyone. Hello if you're new. I do monthly reviews where I talk about all the things that has happened in my month, and I break them down into 3 categories, being highs, lows, and lessons. And I usually encourage you guys in the comments to make sure that you say anything that has happened in this month. What was something that you looked forward to? What was something that surprised you? And what was a lesson that you learned as well? I'm excited to get started with you guys, and let's get into this. The first high that I had was I joined a supper club. There is a supper club of the name of Offline, and if you've ever heard of this, please let me know, but if not, let me tell you a little bit about it. Offline is literally an opportunity to get more in touch with your community through local business, through local restaurants. If you want to have an opportunity to go out to a new restaurant but you're not sure where to start, you can go with Offline because you can get 2 restaurants per month where you actually get a credit of a certain amount of money or dollars to go towards your tab to try new foods. So it's a great way to kind of expand and experience new places that you've never been that you probably wouldn't go to originally. And also a nice little bonus. So then you can also have friends who can join you with this, and you can send them invites, and you all can kind of get a wonderful new place of food to find your favorites in the local area, as well as also have collective deals together and be able to go offline together. So of course it's about being more present with the people around you. It's a really great idea. It was amazing. They had a launch party and I was able to meet CEO, the VP of marketing, and our local team here, and it was truly phenomenal. Shout out to Nicole and Abby because they're truly amazing. But I absolutely loved everything about it. I just loved being able to be part of a new thing here in the city, as well as being able to tell more people about all the great things that are here when it comes to supporting local business. So I thought that was amazing, and I thought that was pretty cool. Let's just go straight from high to low. So the low, I think this is the only low I had. Okay, great. The only low that I had, I got sunburned for the first time. Of course, I use sunscreen, so please make sure it is very warm, and make sure that you use sunscreen when you go out, so make sure you're protected from UV rays. I just was out for a very long time. I went to support a local softball event, Pride, and it got used up. I didn't have any extra, so of course it just kind of ran over. And I got sunburned for the first time, which was crazy experience for me, of course, because it's just the first time. I didn't expect that. I was started to peel a little bit. It was just, it was not good at all. But I had a wonderful time. So that's how I even knew, where I was just wow, this is insane. But I don't regret anything because I was able to be out along with so many people. It was such a great experience. It was so cool to just be around and be able to volunteer for that event as well. So I was happy I would do it again, but not the sunburn part. Another high that I have for sure, I got to see The Lion King, which was amazing. I saw it for the first time. It is so incredible to consider seeing a play that has been running ever since 1997. And the fact that it still is just outstanding. It is still breathtaking because just the puppets and how the cast works them in the actual play is just truly incredible. And I love how beautiful it is, how it sings, of course, just compared to the movie. Of course, there's certain parts I still shed a little tear at that part, which is so sad. Oh my goodness, Mufasa dying. But it's such an amazing, beautiful piece. The music is wonderful, and I just loved it. I'm so happy I was able to see that. I just always love the feeling that theater gives me, and it always makes me so happy and appreciative to be able to be in those spaces and support local fine arts. And it was just such a nice experience. And so I encourage you, if you have a chance to go see a play, please do, and support your local arts buildings, organizations, and theaters. I think you'll definitely be really happy you did. Another wonderful thing that I can say happened was when it came to more of my YouTube channel based of anything like that. I was saying this previously in my May review that Roberto Blake, really informative, full of knowledge, and I just love the fact that his bias for action and his urgency to help other people kind of get down to the nitty gritty. I don't know why my words are not really helping me right now. Get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to figuring out what is the real problem when it comes to why their channel isn't successful. And I realized a lot of things when I was able to ask him a couple questions, which, mind you, I'm so appreciative for, because he could easily charge for his services. He has programs where he does charge for his services, and yet here he is on Twitter where he is able, and he just provides his services to people by answering questions and providing knowledge. And I always am so full of gratitude for that, because I just really appreciate the fact that he's just so open for information, for people to improve, and willing to have these conversations. So it was really cool. It said basically to get back to the basics. I was overthinking a lot of different things, but now I've realized I had redid my schedule for this upcoming month, and I felt really good about it because I wanted to get into a lot of the organization things, and I realized how much time it was taking for me, one, to just be familiar with the interface, and then also just trying to, I guess, get in the habit of something that really wasn't my thing. And that's what I realized. It was just kind of like I wanted to use Notion. I wanted to use like templates to break down like my pre-recorded shots. I wanted to have my B-roll list. I wanted to have my shot list for B-roll. I wanted to have an idea for what I was going to be picking up. And I wanted to have this cool organized list. And it's not saying that I won't have that in the future, but for right now, I kind of have an idea because I've been doing videos, especially when I go to shows. I kind of have an idea of what to expect and what to do for a couple of because I have some experience of going to various shows and seeing how the day-to-day events and activities go. I can kind of decipher that a little bit, but it's kind of allowed me to be able to expand on that a little bit more. So now that I know exactly kind of what to do, where to go, and just depending on if the experience is kind of spontaneous, I always do have those moments that do happen to come up. I do enjoy that. So I have some work to do, and I'm excited. I look forward to that. I think it's really cool just to see that things are coming around, and I love that. So I do appreciate his feedback because it is so helpful in this. I guess this will go to the lessons. I think that will lead me to the lessons. I have a couple, but I mean, I think this month was relatively short when it comes to this and reviews, because I don't think I really vlogged. I was really just focused and on the go, and I didn't really have my camera around for certain things. But you know, it's okay. I'm giving myself grace for that. But it's quite all right. Like I said, I think the other low would just be like I didn't get to complete something that I thought I was gonna do, but I'm still working on it. It's not like I'm just gonna stop altogether. So sorry. One of the lessons that I would say that I had during this was it's okay to just relax and rest and enjoy what's around you. I think that's probably the biggest thing, considering on how I just said like April, May, and June have been kind of like my busiest months, both for this year and last year. I think it's safe to say that relaxing and just kind of getting back to myself is much needed. I definitely realized I've been putting a lot of stress and unnecessary pressure on myself. And showing up in this way has been something that means a lot to me because it shows me accountability. It allows me to look over and see how far I've come and where I'm going, etc. But when I get to really relax and sit and enjoy what's around me, it's really amazing to just be like, wow, I really did this, and I can enjoy, you know, the things that I've done. I was able to just kind of build and feel more settled and more adjusted. And I've been organizing more. I've been working on that. I've been doing more lives. And I'm gonna do that for more organization, because once I get to that point, I feel like that's where I'm able to really let my inner child be free. And that's kind of what I really wanted to bring home with that when it came to my YouTube channel, was basically just saying where my inner child is king. I did change that around, I believe this month too, where I basically was like, my inner child is going to make this YouTube channel her home. She's going to be able to do whatever it is that makes her happy through cosplay, through lifestyle, and through self-improvement type of content. If anything, it was so funny, I was talking to someone about this, but I don't know if I'll do that. I'll do it for this month, but I'll also do it for next month too. But I was suggested the Happiness Project. And I think that's really what my YouTube channel is based on. It's just the Happiness Project. Like, I've been so willing to do various things despite what might be considered conventional, or what might be considered safe, or what might be considered traditional. I've done this because I just found it different on my heart to do something else. I wanted to be able to honor my inner child, but also encourage others that it's okay wherever you are right now, and also wherever you are, you can still make a difference. It's all a matter of choice. You can make a difference in someone's life, regardless of where you are, where you think you should have been. If you had a bit more money, you can always make a difference in someone's life, and you can always start with yourself. It's all a matter of choice. You can always make someone's life better, and you can always make your life better too. And so I think that's something I really wanted to kind of revel in. I want to revel in that feeling and just stay there. But I also am gonna work on a video when it talks about like the stressors of YouTube. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna talk about that, but I know I wanna talk about it because it can be a lot. You know, you can look at other videos, you can look at the YouTube experts of the platform and be like, man, you know, I really can, you know, get lost in the feeling of many channels who are not really, you know, performing, or the ones that are performing really well. It's like, wow, will I ever get there? It is really intimidating at times, but it really helps you advocate for yourself. Like, there was a big trend. That's also probably part of it, where it's like there was the big trend where it's like, it's worth it, you know, and you should just start, you should do this, this is why. And I wanted to do that, and it's like, I'm still gonna do it, but I just want to do it in my own way, because a lot of people did the like, it's worth it, like I did this, I post channels and I show up and this is how I did that. I just wanted to see if there was another creative way of kind of delivering that same message, and it's just gonna take a lot more planning beforehand before actually getting it here to the front, or the forefront, if you will. So I still want to do that video, but I also want to do a video that talks about just like the expectations, especially if you want to be a successful YouTuber, and also keeping in mind where, you know, if you want to expand on this, if this is something you want to do full time, there's various options, but there's various things that you need to do when it comes to figuring out how to do that. Like, I just had watched the Skillshare class where it talks about kind of how to get yourself more organized for YouTube, and it is really eye-opening. A lot of people are like, oh, some people are, oh, you just post videos and things like that. However, there is a lot of work that goes into it, and I can say the self-confidence that you get in yourself once you're able to do this over a span of time, the skills that you build, and of course the community, especially if you focus on that. If you focus on community, it's amazing what you find because of it. It definitely is rewarding. It's just a matter of staying to it, staying persistent. So the consistency part is very crucial. It's the lifeline, it's the blood of a successful YouTube channel. And of course, hunkering down on the consistency, I want to make sure not only if I'm just putting out videos just for the sake of putting out videos, I'm doing this project. I know I was talking about it last month, where it's like, depending on what people enjoy with that, but I do have a strategy on how to kind of better tailor that to what is being expressed as interest for this channel. So I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear from you, but I think that is going to be kind of the focus I have going into this next month, and I'm excited for that because I definitely feel a lot more confident about my approach. I've been watching videos after videos when it comes to how to improve, and one of the main things is just making sure that you research and you look up things before. And I think sometimes just because I wanted to work on my craft and getting better on how to find certain things to be more interesting, how to find certain jump cuts, how to find different little editing tricks, things to add, things to take away. I was just kind of doing that as a test for myself and making videos from that. But now gearing towards more intended content, I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how it turns out, because I actually am kind of like planning it out. So we're gonna see how it goes. But I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you being here for your feedback. I appreciate you just being here for your support. I cannot wait to tell you more about next month. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have more lives. We're definitely gonna be more in tune with each other now that like the hardest part is over and I'm just kind of getting things taken care of. So I really appreciate you guys so much for your help and support. Oh my gosh. And it's also, if you want to stay in touch and you want to keep other ways, I have links down in my bio. I have my songs, as well as I do have a Patreon if you guys want to check it out. And if you guys want to have like a motivational chat or something, if you want to wake up to motivational quotes and things like that day to day, I got you. We can be there in the chat. We can be able to get to know each other. Just let me know if that's something that you would enjoy. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you have the most wonderful day. Have a wonderful month. And I will see you next month. Bye.